Did you know there was a time when pigeons were as the ultimate messengers? These birds played a crucial role in human history, carrying messages across enemy lines, delivering life-saving information in war zones, and navigating hundreds of miles with pinpoint accuracy. However, now our world becomes increasingly urbanized, with skyscrapers, traffic, and artificial lights. Has it erased pigeons' homing ability? Let's find the answer in this video. First, we have to understand what makes pigeons such incredible messengers. Well, this whole thing starts with their amazing homing ability. To understand it better, imagine having a built-in GPS in a human mind that allows him to find his way back home from hundreds of miles away without ever looking at a map. Pigeons can do just that, navigating from distant locations without GPS, and scientists believe it's all because of a combination of tools they use, like Earth's magnetic field, the position of the sun, and even certain scents to navigate. But it gets even more interesting. A pigeon's brain actually processes this information in a way that gives them a mental map of the landscape. They essentially build a 3D model. In their minds, it allows them to recognize landmarks and sense directions. Now, you might wonder, in all this process, how did these birds know they were carrying an important message? First off, pigeons didn't actually know they were delivering a message as we understand it. Instead, their training relied on their instinct to return to a specific location they considered their home. In the early days of pigeon training, pigeons were raised in one loft and then transported to a distant location. Their pigeon breeders would release them to return home, and the message they carried would reach its destination. While they did not understand the message itself, pigeons knew they just had to get back to the familiar loft, similar to a migrating bird returning to its birthplace. Pigeons would fly miles with the sole aim of reaching that safe known place. The incredible thing is how the pigeon's brain processes this return journey. To understand this phenomenon well, neuroscientists have searched and found that the part of their brain dedicated to navigation and memory is particularly developed. It helps them recognize patterns, memorize landscapes, and recall the position of the sun. For them, it's not about understanding the content of the message, but simply the intense desire to return home. That made pigeons the perfect messengers. This instinct for homing became so reliable that humans began to depend on pigeons for critical communication, especially in times of crisis. During both world wars, these birds flew through enemy territory, dodging bullets and harsh weather to deliver messages that could mean the difference between life and death. And here's something that might surprise you. Pigeons were actually awarded medals for bravery, like true war heroes. Now, in today's cities, pigeons face a completely different set of challenges. Skyscrapers block natural landmarks, car noises drown out environmental sounds, and the constant bright lights interfere with their internal clocks. Scientists call this urban disorientation. To understand urban disorientation well, suppose you were suddenly transported to a strange city surrounded by unfamiliar buildings and streets. Finding your way back would become nearly impossible, right? This is what modern pigeons face, as they navigate our ever-expanding urban landscapes. To see if urbanization has truly affected pigeons' homing ability, scientists have conducted a test. They released pigeons from various urban and rural locations, only to find mixed results. In rural areas, they found pigeons seemed as sharp as ever, but in cities they sometimes took longer routes, got confused by the layout, or even struggled to find their way altogether. The test shows that while pigeons' homing abilities haven't disappeared, however, they've become a bit shaky in urban areas. Let's take a closer look at how this disrupting their GPS. First, skyscrapers block out the sun and horizon, which pigeons might use as navigational cues. Additionally, there's noise pollution, and city lights are so bright at night. It's like trying to navigate with a flashlight constantly pointed in their eyes. Noise pollution also plays a significant role. By naturally, pigeons rely on low-frequency sounds from natural sources like waterfalls or ocean waves to orient themselves over long distances. But in a city, all they hear is traffic, construction, and sirens. These signals are like background noise that drowns out the pigeon's natural way of finding direction. With all these changes, pigeons may rely less on their homing instincts, putting them at risk of losing this incredible skill over generations. Can city life completely erase pigeons' homing ability? Experts say no, but their skills could become rusty over time if they're not used as much. Today, pigeons in urban environments have adapted by depending more on people for food and safety and less on their incredible homing abilities. Interestingly, some pigeon breeders today still train homing pigeons, keeping that ancient skill alive. These birds raised in controlled environments show just how sharp pigeons can be at navigation if given the chance to use and refine their instincts. Urbanization has just made pigeons' life more challenging, but these birds, once incredible navigators, have had to adapt in new ways. Pigeons, as resilient as they are, keep finding ways to thrive alongside us. While they might not be like they before, but pigeons remain a symbol of survival and adaptability. They've gone from wild birds to war heroes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of pigeons, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating wildlife stories. Until next time, keep exploring.